And welcome to a new episode of TFGP, episode 59. I'm here with
Kyle,
and we're also here with, well, nobody else. It's just us two.
It's the Beard Crew.
It is the Beard Crew. It's like, you know what? We tend to roll pretty good. We did our game of the year, just us two. We did just fine.
We did.
I was the only one that cussed, but which is
really
really
weird. Yeah, I know.
weird.
I was told not to, and somehow I did very well.
You did very well. I did not do very well as far as making sure that I wasn't recording. So, or cussing. Sorry.
That too.
Anyway, so that's our intros. Hi, how you doing?
Fuck off.
Yeah, now go listen to something else way better than us. Now, it has been an interesting week for me. I don't know about you, because that's something I kind of want to do from now on, is kind of talk about us for just a moment.
Our lives.
Well, because it's so fascinating compared to everybody else's. It's not. It's really not. Even though I'm pretty sure I'm the male equivalent of a Lifetime movie character. Like, I'm pretty close to it.
Yeah?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So, yeah, my wife, she got diagnosed with Bell's palsy, which isn't like cerebral palsy. Like, it's just a temporary, it's about usually 6 weeks, but it's a paralysis on half the face. And, you know, we also celebrated our 21st anniversary just right after it. And it was, you know, we've been married long enough, and there's a lot of self-deprecating crap, and a lot of, which I guess would be redundant, that'd be self-defecating crap. Anyway, so
Next best thing.
So she started slurring, and when she was eating, stuff started kind of falling out one side. And basically, it almost looks like a stroke and everything. And when you're married long enough, you can kind of make fun of each other and get away with it. Like if you're newlyweds, you turn to your wife and you're like, your hair looks funny. It's like, fuck you, let's get a divorce. Like, it's...
Yeah, DDT or whatever the fuck that is.
Yeah.
From wrestling.
So sounds like something that they would say on like Snapchat or something. Anyway,
Next best
thing. So she, I don't know if you've ever seen Legends of the Fall. I don't know if you've ever seen that movie.
Nope.
Anthony Hopkins has a stroke in the movie. Spoiler alert: the damn movie came out 20 years ago. Okay, and
damn it,
he walks around and he goes, "Screw the government, screw the government." So I keep walking around making my wife say "screw the government" because it sounds like Anthony Hopkins from Legends of the Fall. So I'm a terrible husband.
Or the greatest person ever.
Yep. I didn't even figure out like you're supposed to give, I think, for 10 years it's wood or something like that. I don't even know what 21 would be, but that should be wood too. Anyway.
There's the drum set when you need it.
I know. It's like, well, what would that be? I don't know. I think you stop.
Plus.
What? Yeah. What are we? Ow. Okay. What are we? We're building something in Minecraft now. So,
concrete.
So you know what? I know you've been doing some stuff, and anything cool going on? Any?
A lot of headaches because I'm doing schoolwork. Because of that, it's just a lot.
Yeah. Well, you're going to be our resident firefighter, so
trying to.
It'll be
working for it.
So when it eventually will happen, the laptop will catch on fire or something.
Yeah.
You'll be able to put it out. So that's awesome.
Then I'll karate chop it.
That I'm pretty sure that's how they teach you in fire training.
Yeah,
it's all about
karate chop it.
You just watch old Chuck Norris movies?
Yep.
Yeah.
Or you tell it to go away.
You tell it to go away.
Yeah.
Fire, go away.
And it just listens. It's like,
what?
Okay.
That's why every firefighter has a mustache.
Yeah.
That's where it comes from. So trust us, we know what we're talking about. So we are also just to kind of touch base with everything. We are also recording at Clockwork or Clockworks. We're still undecided because they keep changing it on us.
Or Clockworks.
Yes, but we're recording at the Clock Place in College Station, Texas. They've been very kind to give us a room every week. So if you're ever in the area on a Friday night, come by, watch us record. It'd be interesting to have a little bit of a group to watch us.
Stare at us through the window.
Yes, look at. Do not. Actually, I would love them to feed us. That would be awesome. If you would like to feed us, I'm totally down with that. Kind of a hard time speaking tonight for some reason. I'm really not sure what it is. So, also, all of our stuff and everything that is wholly to do with this show is on Cinelinks.com. It is a great place for all your nerd news reviews, and they've been kind enough to keep us afloat, especially while I was sick. They were still paying the bills. The lights were still on, so nobody was home, but the lights were still on. So,
Right.
Again, thank you very much, guys, over at Cinelinks, and I think we should go ahead and go into what's in your system.
What's in your system?
So, Kyle, what's in your system?
Well, good old chunk of Rainbow Six Siege still.
Yeah, I need to get back on that. I really enjoyed it. It's just I kind of had to do something else for a while. But
Bought the season pass for it.
did you buy the season pass? Now I know there's a lot of DLC that's going to be free. Do you know what's in the season pass so far?
Yes. Starting the 2nd,
Okay,
2 new operators.
and those are free though, right?
They will be.
Uh-huh.
You have to pay 25,000 renown for them a piece.
Oh, unless you have the
Season pass, you just get them. So
wow,
the renown, the stuff that you gain per match and everything,
right?
you can work your way up to getting them. Yes, but it's
Okay.
a lot.
Oh, okay. Well,
But,
I
I
mean,
mean,
I
that's-
do like the option, but it's
Yeah.
like that's a lot of gameplay.
I just said screw that. I'm just gonna buy the season pass.
How much is it? 29
Mhm.
US. Oh, okay.
And you get a permanent boost, and then you get weapon skins right off the bat.
Any cool weapon skins, as you know, or
Gold, zebra, tiger. I think there's a gorilla one as well that looked
Yeah.
really cool. I think that's for AK-12.
so
Leopard. It's a safari one, but the gold one looks really nice.
we definitely in the next, I would say probably the next couple weeks, our mutual Rainbow Six mate just got married.
Yes. He
So as soon as he gets back, probably see if we can do some Twitch streaming on it.
Yeah, I'm down. I'm
That
supposed to
would be
murder
great.
everything.
Yeah, it's pretty much what we do when we're on Team Murder, pretty much at that point.
Yeah.
I know you've been playing Smite on the Xbox One.
I have. That is like my League of Legends.
It essentially is.
Yep.
It's not quite so isometric like top down.
Bird's eye view. It's
Yeah,
like third
it's-
person.
It's I played roughly 3 or 4 hours of it. I unlocked some stuff and I enjoyed it. I could see where it'd be addictive, and I know you have bought
The ultimate character pack where you just get everything.
which was how much?
Which was during Black Friday, $20.
Oh, so that's not too bad. Well, during Black Friday,
Yeah, and
Is it
that's
normally-
every character and the characters that they're going to be coming out with too.
isn't it normally like 40 something or something like
30.
that? 30. That's not too bad. I mean, it's cheaper than a retail game. I know you can spend hours and hours and hours playing that game. It's just
Shoot, Katie plays the shit out of League.
And
so
well,
does
I'm seeing that you're starting to see a lot more streams of it, of people playing it. So
What, Smite?
it's my
Oh yeah, it's addicting.
So it I'm glad to see something like that on a console. It's kind of interesting to see, and definitely very competitive on there. That was one of my biggest issues, and that's the same thing with League, is trying to jump on without anybody kind of going, hey, this is what you do. It can be a little overwhelming, to say the least.
Just depends on the game mode that you choose.
Yeah. I ended up getting into a few game modes and picked the right character, and I ended up doing pretty good.
I'm really good.
So I'll probably go back to it. It's just I've got so much else I've been playing. I know you picked up Hyrule Warriors finally for the Wii U. Well, you just got a Wii U, so
I did.
Hyrule is so fun.
It is. I mean, I'm not normally the biggest fan of those types of games.
No.
Actually, the only one I actually really ever enjoyed,
Uh-huh.
outside of actually playing this one, was 99 Nights.
Yeah.
Forever ago.
Yeah. My biggest complaint always has been with this game is it's really fun, it's really addictive, and I think the hook of the Zelda characters, in that world is really fun, but it's not a very pretty game. Like
For what? Yeah. I
yeah,
can see it.
it's. I mean, it's fine. Like I get past it, but at the same time, I'm like, it is the Wii U. The Wii U can do a little better than this. Like I understand there's so much. There's like a ton of stuff on screen, and I'm sure there's some frame rate issues if they'd gone with a
Full 720.
yeah. But there's just some of it's just like this is a bit rough. But I mean, it's still a good game. It's still a good game.
I have a blast.
I've been playing. Well, I've been playing a little bit of Pokemon. Really, honestly, all I did was to make sure all my Pokemon were ready for Mew. in next month at GameStop, you can go and on the first you can download it.
Level 100.
So I just kind of like just getting it ready. I moved I moved a temporary Pokemon into place so that I can move them out when Mew comes. So I was like, I was getting it ready. And then I played the retail. I had played the digital version as they were coming out of Life is Strange, and then the retail came out, and I was like, I kind of want to just replay it all in one go and make a few different decisions and everything. And I gotta straight up tell you, like, I almost going back and replay because technically Life is Strange started in 2014, but and everybody's counting it because it finished in 2015, it's considered a 2015 game. Mm-hmm. I almost wish I'd had it, like, replaying it the way I did, not having the time in between, and seeing it as one cohesive unit. By the way, that was my nickname in college. One big cohesive unit.
Okay. Makes sense.
It makes sense. It was a lot more impact. Like it had much more of an impact on me. Like the story, it was. I'll be honest. Like there is a part and I can get pretty emotional with stuff. Like I'm just that kind of person.
So Last of Us destroyed you.
Yeah, it did. And I'm sitting there and like, but the problem is, and the cool thing is, I think a little bit is I'm young enough to kind of understand from the point of view, not of necessarily a teenage girl, because I was never one, but I have 3 teenage girls that are all near the same age. So I understand the complexities of how teenage girls are. They're, the insecurities, all that kind of stuff. So I can see on that angle of the character, but I can also see from some of the parental angles. Like there's people that, like one of the characters calls her stepdad a step douche, but you can kind of see as a father, you can kind of see maybe he's not quite a step douche. So I made kind of more decisions. Because last time I made decisions on kind of what I wanted to see. And this time I made decisions on more what I felt was right. Like as a parent, but as somebody who understands.
So you murdered everybody.
No. But I have to admit there is one part, and when you play the game, I do not want to give anything. Like this is just. My description for the review is, it is. I don't know if you ever saw Veronica Mars.
Sounds familiar, but I don't.
Veronica Mars TV series. It was, especially the first season, is probably one of my favorite whodunit, like season long kind of shows. Okay. It's with
me.
Yeah, oh God, what's her name? She was in Frozen. I can't remember her name. Kristen Bell.
I don't know. I haven't seen that movie.
Well, I mean, you don't see her anyway. You just hear her. But it was a perfect kind of noirish whodunit show. But it was set in high school. He was that guy. But literally, I am one of those people who will watch one of those shows and instantly know who the bad guy is. Like, I'm just instantly know.
Okay.
And Veronica Mars and this, I didn't know who the bad person wasn't exactly. Right? It was very well written that way. And but the fact that they also, it was sort of like Veronica Mars that was written by Ray Bradbury is the best way I could describe it. Like, very science fiction, very wormhole. I was waiting for Michio Kaku to come out and like start to explain stuff. Like Einstein was walking in the background. Like, I mean, major stuff. And if you like anything to do with like time travel, butterfly effects, those kind of things, chaos theory, like any of that kind of stuff, you're covered in that. If you like teen angst drama, you're covered in that. If you like crazy gut wrenching decisions, you got that covered. Like, it's just a very well written. It's probably one of the best written scripts for any of these kind of adventure games that I've seen.
Okay.
So, very, very happy that I went back and replayed it the way I did. And just FYI to people out there, if you're a achievement enthusiast,
achievement junkie,
yeah, or a platinum person,
platinum professional,
the platinum professional. I would say it's the easiest. Like, it's pretty easy. It's not easy as some of the Telltale games where you just play it and you'll get the platinum. You have to search for pictures, but it is a pretty easy platinum. So, and if you have the digital version, it counts completely separate to the disc version. So, and also the soundtrack. The collector's edition that came out in retail came with a soundtrack with all these really cool like indie bands that are in the thing. So it's really good. The art book came with was kind of useless, but other than that, everything else was really cool. And then I started up again. This is another game on our list. I wanted to start it up again because there might be some stuff going on with this particular group. So I decided to replay on a different system the Tales from Borderlands series. And again, one of the funniest games I have ever played. Just without a doubt, one of the funniest things.
You'll need to play it.
It is very well written. Probably, aside from the Walking Dead games, it is probably my favorite Telltale game. So, and that's pretty much what's in our system.
I want to replay Fire Emblem Awakening, but
yeah.
To Brooke, if you're listening on to this, give me back my damn copy. And two, I just want to get ready for the new one.
Yeah, it's next month, right?
Yeah,
yeah,
19th.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff next month.
Oh, good gosh, you better believe I had that ready.
So we'll definitely be talking about that. Make sure to, again, check out some links. We have tons of reviews up there for games that are coming out, and we're going to be doing a lot more stuff on Twitch and on the Sin Links YouTube. Also, SCNS does some, over on their YouTube, does some game stuff as well. So we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to be right back. And welcome back. We're going to go into Talk Nerdy to Me.
Talk nerdy to me.
But Kyle and I were talking about beer, and I just heard about this the other day.
That is lovely?
That is lovely, yes. Well, he said beer is lovely, and I was like, no, but this reminded me of something that I heard the other day. There is a manufacturer that is making a brewer, I guess it would be a winemaker, that is making wine, but it comes in like beer cans. So that you don't feel like less of a bro when you're hanging out with your bros, but you just want a Chardonnay, I guess. So
why the fuck does it matter?
Yeah, it's like, but I guess maybe I'm like one of those guys who's like, okay, everyone's drinking beer. If I was drinking wine, I'd be like,
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
That's what I mean with anything. It's like, okay, alcohol is alcohol. It all goes to the same place. It's all going to get you the same ending.
Yeah,
if you drink enough of it.
Yeah, to a degree, but it's.
There's some things I want.
Yeah, it's like I'm not going to be drinking diesel or anytime soon, but still, yeah, I know I've had some incidents myself, but anyway,
College.
I thank God I'm out of that. I wish my wife was sometimes. Sometimes her and her friend, some of the stuff that I hear.
Parties.
No, it's like they'll have girls' nights.
Oh gosh,
that's
bad step number one.
It's just like a whole bunch of either man-hating movies or like 80s flicks, which is fine. I can stand.
I mean, nothing wrong with it. You're just going to hear or see some stuff that you don't want.
They get inebriated, and then I hear stuff from our friend about her life that I don't really want to hear about.
Yeah, same thing.
And you're just like, you're just like, oh my god,
hand me that big old thing of wine.
Yeah, just let me forget some mezcal. Let me get the fuck out of here.
Where's those wine beer cans when in need?
I know. It's just do you sniff it? Do you just do the whole like bouquet thing when you open it? Yes, it tastes like aluminum. Like it's just
look. It's
very woody and aluminum-y.
It's considered me sort of a rednecky type thing.
Yeah,
to put wine in it. I mean, I know I am. Like I said, I'll drink whatever fuck I want to. So, I mean, it's like, unless you're pinky outing it, it's like...
Even then, I mean...
No, it's pinky out, always.
Yeah, you have to...
It's just pinky out.
Unless it's like a wine goblet, and then it's like...
You still got to pinky out.
See, no, if they wanted to go the other way and be all bro about it, they would have put it like in old drinking horns. They would have packaged it like that way. That would have been cooler.
Or... Drinking hat.
Drinking hat is always classic. It's classy too.
Wrong with that.
It's classy.
I want one of those for my Super Bowl party.
Oh yeah, it's coming up.
It is coming up in 2 weeks.
Or otherwise known as
less than 2 weeks.
Otherwise known as that day that I watch halftime in the commercials. That's pretty much usually what
was it?
I mean, it depends. Like I will watch football game. I'm not one of those guys that won't. It's not my.
That reminds me of the Monday Night Football game. I think it was the Eagles versus the Giants. Everyone watched it just for halftime for the freaking Star Wars commercial.
Yeah. It's like, and I like Coldplay. Coldplay's going to do the halftime. So
I like Coldplay.
So why do people do that? I don't understand that. It's like, well, it's kind of like it's one of those things like,
I don't know.
I like Coldplay. I like Coldplay. Like it's all right that you like Coldplay.
No, I was just
saying. It's like.
I like Coldplay.
Well, you know what? I like Coldplay and I like wine. So there you go.
I like alcohol.
Yeah. So
I'm just gonna put it out there.
Let's go ahead and go into Talk Nerdy to Me.
Beer is lovely.
Beer is lovely. I love some Guinness actually right about now. That'd be good.
Dude, we should toke it. Well, I mean,
Did you say toke it?
I said no.
I was like,
we should go get some.
It's like, well, I can't, but.
I'll drink some for you.
Yes, pour one out for me. So let's go ahead and go straight into talk nerdy to me.
I don't think I could. That'd be wasting it.
I know. Like I think I would cry. It's like who the fuck pours out Guinness? Like
you're still alive.
Yeah. So anybody who's listened to the show over a significant amount of time knows that I am a Loot Crate person. I've done a few reviews of some of the boxes. They added a pet box. So they have the regular Loot Crate box. They added a pet box. So for your nerdy pets. Jason over at SCNS has been doing some videos of those. And now they're adding Loot Crate gaming. Or loot gaming. And...
So like you open a box and there's a random video game?
That would be cool. I know in the past they have given away stuff on Steam, like certain games and stuff, which for me, who doesn't have I'll go and add them, but the odds of me ever playing them because I have a Mac are nil to none.
I know, my sister has Mac too. I told her she's of the devil.
Well, it's great for editing, but it's like, it's terrible for gaming. And it's some
they do it on purpose.
I know. At some point, I will stop being a heathen, and I will, succumb to the PC Master Race.
I'm considering, but if this whole trip for California happens, I'll be saving money for that instead.
Yeah, I have a very big trip coming, so I can say that for sure. I will be going to E3 this year. I just found out, so very happy with that. So
here's hoping for me.
Yeah. So anyway, Loot Crate, $25. Loot Crate, the gaming thing, $25. Some of the stuff they're showing is, I don't know why I put my hand out
I was
that way
like,
to
are you
you.
using the force?
Yeah,
Am I going to explode?
Yes, you are. I extended my hand out straight towards him. And I'm pretty sure I stopped a blaster bolt just then. So I am Kylo Ren. So for $25, there's going to be stuff like the typical memorabilia, T-shirts, all that kind of stuff. Some DLC, which I imagine it'll be. They've shown stuff for Assassin's Creed. They love to give away skins for Assassin's Creed, like costumes and weapons and all that stuff for the toys.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like if you get the McFarlane toys and stuff.
Yeah,
and they show some McFarlane toys, like the Assassin toy, and like their lists of maybe stuff that'll be coming. So I'm excited, but at the same time, it is a very, very full crowd of boxes out there. There, as someone who's done the research and has done a lot of reviews for bunches of different boxes and has seen a bunch of boxes. Nerd Block has a video game box. There's like 3 or 4 other, actually there's like 5 or 6 other just gaming block like box things out there. So, and there is a rumor that Amazon is going to be starting their own service as well at some point. Me. So
they want money for everything.
Well, yeah. I mean, well, I don't know if you've heard, Walmart is closing like 200 and something locations. Like the smaller locations, like we have a town that joins us, Bryan. The small Walmart they built over there, they're closing it. Walmart almost never closes a store. Like that was never.
They're already closing it.
Yeah, it was only built like 2 years ago.
When did you find that out, motherfucker? That's the closest one to my house.
So yeah, they're closing that. It has a big now closing. I passed it today.
No,
the little one. I'm talking the little one,
not the one that's near the Popeyes and everything.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, the town center. Sorry, people out there. Yes, there's a Popeyes in town. No, the little micro WalMarts they built.
Oh, you're talking about like the market?
The marketplace. Yeah.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about the actual Walmart.
No. They weren't closest down.
Motherfucker. That's
well, the reasoning behind it is because the online retailers, when they'll say wordage like online retailers. No, it's online retailer, and it is. Freaking Amazon is taking over a lot of their market on stuff, and they don't have as much disposable income to keep those little satellite stores afloat. So they're basically recouping and kind of moving in, and they want to step it up on their online. But the problem with Walmart, that in general, especially from a gamer point of view, like it's fine to get groceries there. I hate going through checkout. I fucking want to. I'd rather just hit my head against the wall.
Okay.
And go through checkout at Walmart generally. But the thing with Walmart is a gamer, 9 times out of 10, there's nobody there that knows anything about games. So they literally have stock that just sits there on the walls that nobody knows how to sell. So if they would up the ante a little bit on those sections and at least have somebody stationed in those areas that know what the hell they're talking about, they would do a lot better. But like when I think of gaming, I don't think I'm gonna go to Walmart. I don't think the only time I've ever done that is when I'll go to like someplace like Cheap Ass Gamer or something and see, hey, the PlayStation TV is on clearance for like $30. Like, I'm there, that kind of thing. So that's about it. So anyway, I'm curious about the box, the Loot Crate box, the gaming one, and we'll probably be getting one at some point. So when they do come out, but doesn't really give a date. But I'm pretty sure it's within the next month or 2.
They're just gonna chunk it at your face tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll open the front door. It's like here, and
right now
it'll be nothing but old Assassin's Creed toys.
A copy of Assassin's Creed.
So yeah, somebody has.
Or Titanfall.
Oh yeah. Oh god. Well, speaking.
I mean, it's not bad.
Well, Titanfall was EA, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, speaking of EA.
See, look,
yeah,
I worked that in there.
They are not going. Yeah, they are not going to be having a booth, a traditional booth at E3 this year. That is as like last year they had a gargantuan booth. Like it was huge. They had like when you went to go play Battlefront, they had an entire Hoth area.
I can understand that. It was like their big game.
Yeah, well, I mean, but it was like it's impressive, and they had land speeders and all this stuff, blah blah
Did
blah.
They have a Madden section where somebody's chunking footballs at you.
They do have an entire sports section. Like they've been doing it long enough But I mean, you don't understand. Like people that haven't been to E3, it's not like it's just all laid out on the floor like a typical convention. They build like second stories to these things. So like when I went to go play Unravel, it was on the second story of their booth. So they build these things out huge. So I can understand why they were just like, maybe we shouldn't spend as much money because this is a lot of money. Plus, also they have Gamescom coming within the next 2 months after that. And it's almost as big as E3 now, if not as big as E3. And they've said that they've actually part of it is a budgeting thing. They've decided, okay, we're cutting down how many titles are coming out a year. We're cutting down a lot of our stuff. They're basically cutting the fat, is what it is. And I think that is E3 really, honestly, the stuff that people pay attention to is the press conference, which they're still going to do. And they're still going to give us press that are there one-on-one time. They're just not going to have a big booth. Which is kind of upsetting because it's kind of a cool booth, but at the same time, understandable.
Maybe they don't have anything epic.
That's true. That's true. That could be true too. It makes me wonder though, like if EA is pulling out of doing booth stuff, like who else is going to start pulling out from there? Like
I can't imagine really much anyone else.
EA is huge. Like EA is very big, and they did say they are going to do, like I said, they're doing the press conference at the Nokia Center. They're doing they're doing all that stuff. So we're going to be there this year, and that's cool and all. But it's just kind of the pageantry of E3. Like you're kind of sad to see it go, but you're kind of wondering if it might be time.
Yeah. I mean, I can't even think of Bethesda having a big one this year since Fallout's out. The only other things that is Dishonored 2.
Yeah, last year's was really big.
It was because of
Fallout, Dishonored, and they had a few other games, but they had a pretty big section, but most of it was Fallout. They did have for Dishonor, they did have the fireplace. They had an entire, it was really cool.
I just don't know how epic they could do. I mean, you could possibly say...
Well, we didn't even know Fallout was coming out. So at the time, like we had kind of a rumor that it was coming out, and then all of a sudden it was like, oh yeah, it's coming out this year. It was at that press conference, if I remember correctly. So there's no telling. I mean, that's the thing is there's still a ton of stuff we don't know that's going to be released at E3 this year. So it's going to be pretty interesting. I'm pretty excited. So. Oh, go ahead.
Did Square Enix have one? I can't remember.
Yes, Square Enix did have one.
Oh, man. It's going to be Final Fantasy.
So it'll be Final Fantasy. Don't Nod has another game coming out. The guys who did Life is Strange, and they go through them as well. Technically, so does Tomb Raider, even though last year Tomb Raider was over at the Microsoft booth. They had a huge, almost like the side of a mountain.
I mean,
it was
they
insane.
can do it again technically, but at the same time, I don't think they would because I mean, PlayStation still needs to get theirs.
Yeah, they'll be hyping up the fact that Tomb Raider is coming out on PlayStation.
I don't think it'll have a big spot.
I don't think it will either, but I don't know. Like unless there's something they just. Well, I mean, I have a feeling that it's going to come with all the DLC. It'll be the definitive edition.
Would that not be funny?
Yeah.
Just be like, just here.
Here you go. But at the same time, I'm not going to pay $59.99 for something I already played like that.
Oh, no. Even though that game was phenomenal.
It was our number 2 game. So, my number 2 game.
Yeah.
So all those stories are over at cinelinks.com. We also have a really cool article written by Jordan, our editor-in-chief and local Star Wars guru. He wrote an article on the 5 Star Wars games we want to play after watching The Force Awakens. So it's a good list of games that you should play. And they're not necessarily Star Wars games. That's the cool thing. But kind of give you the vibe. Kind of get you back into the vibe of it. So, and also make sure to check out SCNS Live there. They've done a bunch of stuff. Plus they have the recap every Friday on cinelinks.com, and their episodes every Thursday and Friday as well. So I believe they release them Like they release them, I think, on a Thursday, and I don't know if they post them on a Thursday, but they definitely get posted usually by Friday. So yeah, they're doing some brand new episodes. So let's go into other news. I am a huge fan of the old Batman animated series, Justice League, Unlimited, all those shows. Like I've gone back and watched a lot of the Justice League Unlimited stuff.
Oh yeah,
and that's held up really well.
Still.
The animation's so good, and the fact that it's still like you can actually get it in real HD compared to some of the old stuff. Like the Batman animated series, it's still an awesome show.
Fantastic.
Still awesome, but you just wish they could clean it up. Like because
I wish they could have added more.
Yeah, it's such a good show, but they I'm guessing since there's a new bunch of movies coming out, DC's like, oh yeah, I guess we should do this Justice League cartoon thing again. Unfortunately, it's on Cartoon Network. That's the first unfortunate, because everything DC on there seems to go away very quickly.
Okay, going away? Yeah. I was going to say, I mean, Justice League was on Cartoon Network and it did fantastic. I thought you were
2 years.
Bad.
But it just disappeared. Like they'll just
it just died.
It was 2 years, and then they did. The only thing really successful was Teen Titans went on for a while, but then they had like the Young Justice, which just basically
died into.
Yeah, and it was so good, but it's got a good pedigree. This new Justice League that they announced, it's got people that worked on Batman the animated series, Batman Beyond. Some of them worked on the Arkham Games series. Some of the people that are responsible for it, but also Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill are reprising the roles. So, which I guess Mark Hamill will continuously retire, and
I know he keeps saying he doesn't want to do anymore.
I mean, it's kind of one of those things like you want to go, dude. You said you were retired, but at the same time, you're like, I don't care.
You know what? Maybe it's because of his Star Wars role. You know how like he.
I'm sure he's getting an assload more money now too.
No, I'm pretty sure it's the fact he's getting a lot of money, but I'm talking about the fact that like he was bigger, like just like age had hit him and whatnot. Yeah. Now he's slimmed down and actually looks.
It looks pretty good.
He looks pretty dang good. So I think he's got a step in his shoe again, and like, yeah, let's do it.
He kind of looks like a short Kenobi now.
Or he retires, and literally on day one says, "This is boring as fuck."
Yeah. So yeah, there is a new cartoon coming out. It also has actually one of the voices I was shocked about. James Woods. Is playing Lex Luthor. Like it's perfect. It sounds perfect.
Oh, good old.
But at the same time, you're like, James Woods. That's crazy. Just to think that he's. But I mean,
he made a fantastic Hades.
And the guy who played in Batman the Brave and the Bold, the guy who played the Batman, he's actually in it as well as something else. Wasn't the biggest fan of Brave and the Bold, but I know a lot of people were.
That wasn't bad.
I like my darker Batman.
Oh, I do too. I don't like it kiddish, but I mean, for a kid show, wasn't bad.
So, it's also got Jim Craig, the guy who actually was responsible for a lot of the Green Lantern animated series that came out a couple years ago, which was such a great series, and it got Cartoon Networked. It's not selling enough toys, so they pulled the plug, and it's sad because the shows are so good. I don't think they know exactly how to sell that stuff anymore, because cartoons are different. Like they almost all should just come on Netflix or on Hulu or something, and all at one time. I think that would probably almost be the best thing. But anyway, also the episodes are 15 minutes long, so that's a bit weird.
They may change it.
Yeah, that's a bit weird, unless they back-to-back them. That's the only thing I can see.
Your typical episode length, well, it seems to me, has been like 24 minutes or something. That's like excluding commercials.
Yeah.
Unless Cartoon Network's preparing for there to be a shit ton of commercials.
Well, yeah. Do you like Batman?
It's like, I'm going to get you, Joker. And today's commercial.
Right so now. I have a few little things that are just, this is going to finish us off with the Talk Nerdy to Me. There is a huge rumor through a bunch of retail spaces that a full-fledged new Ghostbusters game is coming out from Activision. I'm not sure. I mean, I know there's the new movie.
It doesn't shock me.
It doesn't shock me, but I don't know if it's based on the new movie or the other new movie or
old movies.
Or the old movies, or
the sequel to the game.
New animated series, or a sequel to the game, or like I don't know what it's based on.
The X-Files.
Yeah, the X-Files, which by the way I've been watching. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. So, also I've been the Legends of Tomorrow. Have you watched it yet? Okay.
I haven't tried.
We'll talk about it next week, or hopefully. And then, well, they did announce a new Pikachu game, a new Pokemon game, Detective Pikachu something or other, but I'm just going to call it...
Something Dark Side.
Yeah, Dark Side. I'm just going to call it Detective Pikachu. Really, honestly, it
Speechless.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, I like them to do different things. What was the Pokemon Ranger games? Weren't my favorite, but I did play some of them.
Only games outside of like the original Pokemon games I ever gave a shit about were Pokemon Stadium.
Oh, Snap! Snap was always.
I never got to play Snap.
Snap was awesome. I still have like you could take pictures with Snap and then take your cartridge to Blockbuster, and then print up the pictures. I still have those. Like the other day, I was going through some of my old stuff and I found some. So as actually when I had mono, I decided, well, I'm gonna go through a bunch of my old stuff, and I found this entire stash of Pokemon stuff that apparently it looked like something a teenager had done, and I was probably in my early 20s, so it's kind of funny and kind of sad. But anyway, it's interesting. Apparently, Pikachu talks. He helps you solve crimes, and it was like it's interesting. Go ahead.
PlayStation made Grim Fandango free, and I never got to play it, so I'm going to play the mess out of that.
Oh, Grim Fandango is fantastic. That is a great game. Double Fine, yep. So anyway, but apparently he's a mutated Pikachu who can't shock people, but he can speak.
Makes sense.
So yeah, they don't say mutated, but that's what I'm coming across.
He uses an electric gun.
Yeah, yeah, and a trench coat. He has a hat, so like a fedora type thing. So yeah.
If he doesn't have a trench coat, I'm not fucking playing it.
Yeah, but can you imagine all the like memes of like trench coat wearing Pikachu?
Yes.
Just like flashing and stuff. Yes. That needs to happen.
That's why it needs to happen.
So they pretty much announced that the next umpteen Star Wars are going to be filmed on film rather than digital, just like The Force Awakens was filmed on film, and which I'm happy about it because it does give it a certain look. Like it's still really clear. Like the film is so much different than it was.
Yeah.
Also, as somebody who was originally taught how to edit on film, it's kind of fascinating to see how they're doing it and still using digital. But Colin Trevorrow, the guy who's directing 9, he has already said, yeah, we're doing film and everything, but I would really like to shoot certain segments, certain special effects in space, like actually in space using IMAX cameras.
Movie prices are going to be so expensive.
Like, I mean, granted, after the bounty that is The Force Awakens, I mean, they do have probably a lot of money to play with comparatively.
Doesn't mean.
But still, I don't
About 3/4 of that will be gone in space.
Yes, it's like I can't. The poor craft services, like up in space, so it's like, what do you get? I get freeze-dried ice cream.
Somebody.
What do you get up there? Freeze-dried ice cream and like Tang. It's like it's pretty much it. So I'm curious what he really means by that. Is it like we're gonna take giant Millennium Falcons? And, oh my god, that sounds awesome! But are we gonna fly? Because that's honestly, I've always thought if I ever got the opportunity to go into space, I'm packing like an X-wing and a bunch of Star Wars figures. Like, that would be awesome. Just to chuck an X-wing into space, and then like 500 years from now, it collects so much cosmic dust it destroys the Earth. It'd be just like, it can happen. Trust me.
We won't be here.
No, we won't be here. I don't care. Well, my robot body might be here, but
they're gonna be just like, is that an X-wing?
Yeah. So it's fascinating that he wants to do that, and I know the term space can mean it can mean so many different things.
Backyard.
Yes. I want to film it in my backyard.
Nighttime.
Yes.
And little figures.
Little figures.
In the sky.
Yeah, on film, though. On film. Got to keep Kodak alive. So, speaking of Star Wars and kind of back to EA and some of the budget reshuffling.
The remainder.
Yes. So Amy Hennig, she did a lot of the. She was the main writer for the Uncharted series. She left, went to EA to work on a new Star Wars game. It was announced probably 2 years ago, year and a half ago. They were started talking about it, and the CFO from EA basically said, yeah, that game is not coming out for a long time. Like, it is years away. So, I mean, understandable, like, games.
The 2023?
No, I think it's a completely different game.
Oh, okay.
So, I understand game development can take a very long time, like 3 to 4 years sometimes. But, wow, like, that's like
tomorrow.
That's when they're filming in space for episode 9 is about when this game's going to come out. So that's pretty interesting. So
you mean their backyard?
Yeah, their backyard. So, and 2 last things before we close out on our Talk Nerdy to Me. The first, a big FU to Konami from Kojima. Metal Gear Solid 5 just sold 6 million copies. So that is a lot of copies of Metal Gear. And a little bit of NX news, that's the new console coming out for Nintendo. Apparently, there's a bunch of rumors that Super Smash Brothers will be coming to the NX as a launch title. I don't know if it's a launch window or a launch title. I still think the new Zelda game will be a launch title as well.
Have to see what it is.
We'll find out. I'm hearing so many different things about it. I know we'll see something. We'll definitely see it at E3, but I don't know if we're going to see it earlier than E3. Like, they might do a thing a few months from now and just go, hey, here's kind of the early of what it is. That way they can focus more on the games and stuff. Depends on how, high concept the game is.
Fair enough.
So, or the system, I should say. So anyway, also, one thing that kind of, if you remember how the Wii, when it started kind of like dying a little bit, the original Wii, they started dropping apps off of it, stopped working. Well, on the Wii U, they're about to drop the Google Map feature, which I know almost nobody used it, but I did, and it was actually really fun. Because you could actually, on your TV, you could do like the street view and go through different areas. So like, my wife from Australia, we actually found her house, which you can do on a computer and everything, but it's kind of cool to do it on your TV and just kind of go down the neighborhood and that kind of stuff.
Because they're making room for the stuff for the Star Wars movie.
They're
taking the satellite down.
They're totally going to film everything on that. So we're going to go ahead and take our last break, and then when we come back, we're going to go to WTF, and we're going to talk about certain formal wear for your member, I guess would that be a...
Perfect for weddings or bachelorette parties.
Yeah, so we'll be right back. And we're back, and we're going to be doing WTF.
WTF. Please hang up and try again.
The fuck?
Yeah, this time, have you ever just been with your significant other and
all the time
and been like, you know what? I would like to be classy.
Always am.
I like to walk around naked, but still be classy.
I'm gonna do it.
Usually, I wear a monocle, so when I'm naked, so I'm always classy. But
I'm really tempted to buy this now.
Yes,
Just to do that.
there is a okay. One. I'm kind of, I don't know about this because it says one size fits all, but
oh god,
this company has made it it's the Lilo.com. They're a Stockholm-based company. Has made,
of course,
has made tuxedos for your penis.
Good old tuxedos.
You know what? They don't say that, but you know what? We need to
pat the shit out.
CEO Steve, whatever your last name is, we need to talk to you about it because tuxedos definitely needs to happen. But it's like, if I'm gonna do that, like I'm gonna go all dress up. Like I need a top hat for it. It needs its own. I might like draw a monocle on it.
You gonna make it an assassin? From
It could be Bond. Yeah, yeah. It could be like Bond. You just carry like Walter PPK and
all you do is you just press a little button, all of a sudden, ching!
It has a little car it can ride in.
Your dick's the new Barbie.
Yes. Oh.
For guys.
Oh. I just remembered, and I feel so terrible mentioning this after we're talking about Dick Cetos or whatever the fuck. Whatever they call them. Mattel has a new Barbie coming out, and it's a game developer Barbie, which is really cool. Like, I'm really cool about it. But I was looking at it, and right next to it was like, secret agent spy Barbies, and this kind of goes with this. And they were kind of slutty, and I was just like, way to go! And then I looked next, and I was like, really, guys? Like, you couldn't even have two different brochures. Like, it's just whatever. They're not as classy, though. They're not as classy as a Dick whatever.
Tuxedo.
Tuxedo.
You're gonna get there.
I'm gonna get there. It's the tuxedo for your tallywhacker. That's actually the slogan. So,
I like tuxedo better.
Well, okay. Can you take a guess in U.S. currency how much it cost? That's the thing.
I'm gonna go out the hardcore. Me personally, I paid $5 for it.
Okay. Well, you're about $25 short. So
$30, I fuck off.
Yeah, $30. But the customer reviews are really good.
Just wrap my fucking dick in a cloth.
There was
a bow tie on it.
Yeah, there's a man named Bill, and he said he felt like James Bond in a weird but sexy way.
Who the fuck thinks of that? Like my dick's James Bond, but I'm just here.
You can't. And I feel so bad for like the showers and growers people. Like it's so different. Like my Bond is just short Bond. You know, my Bond just is very...
My Bond is 0050.
Yes. My Bond is already get it off. So I just... It does warn, do not wear the tuxedo while having intercourse.
Because then you gotta wash it.
Well, that, and also I'm pretty sure that would almost be impossible. So, anyway.
Who would have thought... Man,
no.
Somebody had to try it.
Exactly. That's just like the pictures on the back of the or the side of the Coke vendors, that have the guy that's tipping over the thing and he's getting crushed. Well, there's a reason it's there. It's because someone's done it. Like anytime there's a warning for something, it's because someone's done it. When I worked at Disney, there was all these warnings because people have done it. Like whatever you can think of, whatever stupid thing that you would think, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't put my tongue on a saw blade. You know what? There's warnings for that because people have done it. So
I just want that split tongue.
They
just want to be a snake.
So, and then if you did that, you would definitely be in an emergency. Speaking of emergencies, segue. I need a little segue noise. So, in the coast of England, there was what they thought a body floating.
Terrible news.
Terrible. I was like, oh my God, that'd be terrible. And they searched for the body for over an hour and a half. I mean, they had rescue crews out there. And as people who we know how valuable that time is and how many people that probably takes. And yeah, it's a lot of time and money. What they found was a little less, well, I would say, is probably a little deflating to their ego. Dad joke.
Where's the fucking drum set?
I know. They found a sex doll, a deflated sex doll. Apparently, it had been floating at the top of the water. And I'll put it on our show notes. Like, I've got to put the picture. It might even actually end up being the picture for for the episode. But the two guys that are standing there, one of the guys just looks pissed.
Has the fuck face.
Yeah, and the other guy's just like...
The fuck is this?
Yeah, like, I promise it wasn't mine. So it's just... what the fuck, really? It's
so dumb.
But you know what? I mean, honestly, okay, I'll tell this story, and this will make whoever was the original person that spotted this make them hopefully feel a little better.
It won't leave the room.
Yes, yeah, nobody else will hear this. So, my wife and I had been married for probably a little over 2 years, probably about this point.
Do you have a tuxedo?
Yes, oh, well, always.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I was the originator. I also had the hair club for men for penises.
At least it
Yeah,
had,
but anyway, so I was going to get my mail, and we lived in a little community that was tucked into town. It was really weird. It was right off a creek, like a little creek ran behind.
Okay.
But it's right in the middle of Bryan.
Mm-hmm.
But it felt like a forest. Like we had trees all over our apartments, and it was maybe like 12 apartments total in the area. They're flats, so it's dark. It's dark as hell in there, except for one big light. Okay, and so I'm leaving, and I turn and I look, and I see what I think is a bobcat in the back of a truck, like a pickup truck. And it's like looking at me, just standing there. And I freak the hell out, like completely freak out. And I run inside, and I'm like, Tara, my wife, look outside, there's a bobcat. I swear there's a bobcat. And she looks outside, she sees it. And then like instantly closes the curtain like the damn thing's going to come through the curtain. Like it's going to be able to crawl through and get us. So we called the cops. Like, there's a bobcat. And they're like, really? I was like, really? I mean, it's a college town. You know, crazy things happen, but a bobcat in the back of a pickup truck is not usually what happens. So they get there, and you can actually see the spotlight flash on it. Like, and they actually jumped. You can tell whoever had the light on them actually jumped when they saw it. It was like, holy crap, it really is a bobcat. It was stuffed and mounted.
Oh, it was a bobcat stuffed and
mounted.
Yeah.
Oh,
shit. That would have freaked anyone the fuck out at that time, though.
Yeah. So, I mean, I can see, like, they ended up calling, I think it was, like, probably, like, 4 or 5 patrol cars showed up. It was, like, they were just shy of calling SWAT team for the bobcat in town.
So call animal control. The SWAT team.
Never know.
Get the fucking, like, National Guard out here.
This was pre 9/11.
We're gonna fuck this thing up.
Things are much different than they were then. So anyway, I think we're gonna end the show on that. So
fucking SWAT team.
So thank you guys for listening. We kind of rushed through this episode. We didn't have a lot of the banter that we usually have. I don't know why I said it.
Then
like
again,
that.
we more have an army.
Yes.
Normal.
Yeah, we normally have almost too many people here. So, I'll go ahead and make sure you check out Cinelinks.com for all your nerd news reviews. Check out SCNS Live on their YouTube page. Also, check out all of their stuff on Cinelinks as well. And check out all of our old shows on Cinelinks.com, as well as iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud. I'm pretty sure... on X-Files. So, yeah.
No, that's not.
on Tuxedo, with Dixitos.
Dixitos.
Yes, yeah. We'll definitely be running into Dixitos eventually. So.
The model is a Mike Dildo.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, it was so weird not having Mike here. Mike's been here almost every episode since I've started back in Texas. And but he wasn't here this week either, so that's probably what threw me off a little bit. Normally I have the person that I have to go, shh, don't say that. So, anyway, thank you for listening, and as always, achieve greatness.